Good afternoon. Welcome to the Knit Shift, episode 41. My name is Laura, and today is Wednesday, February 10th, 2016. If you're new here, welcome. This is a knitting podcast where I talk about yarn and knitting and what's on my needles and a little bit about my life. I'm a journalist in Southeast Virginia, hence the name The Knit Shift, because I work the night shift. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I really appreciate it. Show notes are on the web at theknitshift.com. This podcast is available on iTunes, YouTube, and linked from the blog, so check it out. If you have not subscribed on YouTube, please think about doing so. I have perhaps a ridiculous goal of reaching 500 subscribers by my 1-year mark, which is about 6 weeks away, and I think I have about 25 people to go. I'm at about 475 subscribers, so please think about subscribing if you don't. I am on Instagram as Laura Mahalski. I am on Ravelry as Yarnstormer, and we have a group for the podcast over on Ravelry, so just do a search for The Knit Shift and you will find us. We have a knit along going on right now in the group, which I'll talk a little bit about more later. I think that's it for all of the business of it. This episode, I have a new prize for our knit along that's going on. I have continued progress on a work in progress, and I have a little bit of stash enhancement, but I need some input from you guys on whether this counts as stash enhancement. So let's get to it. I'm going to try and keep this brief because I have to walk my dog before I go to work. It's already noon, so I need to get my button gear. So she's crying a little bit looking at me. So I'll try and keep this brief. Anyway, okay. So first things first, I have no finished knits for you, but I do have a work in progress to share with you. It's the only thing I've worked on this week. I really don't even think I even looked at other knitting. And this is what we are doing our knit along for right now in the Ravelry group. Here's my dog Gracie, if you are new here. Hi, Grace. Yes, oh, sure. Yeah, this is great. No, sure, stay right there. I insist. Oh my goodness. You're such a stinker. Okay. No one wants to see the back of your head and not my face. Okay, come sit. Sorry, guys. So I have one work in progress, and this is for our knit along going on in our Ravelry group right now. We are knitting the Antarctic shawl, which is a paid-for pattern by Janina Kallio or Kallio, I'm not sure which. It is an asymmetrical shawl, and I don't even know if I can get this whole thing in the camera. And I'll show you where I was last week. I've made quite a bit of progress, so let me flip it upside down here. Last week, I was right where this purple stitch marker is, right there. So everything above the purple stitch marker, there's the stitch marker. Everything above that stitch marker I have knit in the past 6 days. Okay, Gracie, please be patient. So I am loving this knit so much. I kind of hope I'm finished by next week, but we'll see. I really love this pattern. It's like potato chip knitting. I just want one more row. I just want to keep going. And I can totally see myself making another one of these because it's a very versatile pattern. You can see it has sections of garter, and there's some eyelets, and there's this, lacy pattern here that I just think is I'll hold it up to my back door here so you can kind of see the light coming through it. I just think this is going to block out marvelously and really let this yarn shine. I am using Miss Babs Northumbria, which is her BFL sock base. It's about 440 yards. I believe it's a merino nylon blend. Let me look on my phone here. I don't have it on my phone. Very helpful, Laura. So anyway, this is a colorway I picked up at SAF, which is the Southeastern Animal Fiber Fair, which is in Western North Carolina, Halloween weekend. This was a colorway that was exclusive to the event, and it was named for the event. This colorway is SAF 2015, and you can see that it's peach and salmon and burgundy, and I really love these blips of kind of a ketchupy red, for lack of a better term, and it also has these blips of purple And I really like the green too. If you can see some of this green, like right where my finger is right here, there's a little bit of green peeking through. There's some mucky green there, but I really like the candy apple green. So I have a good bit of yarn left. You can see does anyone else's cakes do this? You make a cake and then as you pull from the middle, it becomes like a little volcano of yarn, like a little eruption of yarn. I wonder if that's just me, but I'm fingers crossed I will not run out of yarn. Okay, Gracie. I'm on the last section before the border, and I have a few more repeats before I start the border, but I feel I'm a little confident. We'll see if that confident turns to cockiness and regret if I run out of yarn, but I feel pretty good about it. And it's meant to be a pattern for a single skein of sock yarn. I'm using size 6 needles. The pattern recommends anywhere from a US 4 to a US 6, and I went for the upper end of that because I wanted it to be as lacy as possible. And so we have 2 threads over in the Rav group. There's one for chatter, and as of this morning, there's one for photos of finished objects. I messaged the pattern designer a few days ago just to tell her how much I was enjoying the pattern because I really like it, and I wanted her to know that we were doing a knit along. I just thought maybe she would think that's kind of fun. That was that was all I wanted to do. And I just think, and I'm going on a tangent here, I just think it doesn't hurt to send someone a nice note if you like what they do and let them know it's appreciated, because I have a feeling that knitwear designers get a lot of questions, and I think in the Ravelry age, they're probably called upon a lot more for help, whereas before Ravelry, you would buy a pattern at a yarn store, and that would be it. There's no technical support or anything. And setting aside the discussion of whether or not a pattern designer should be providing one-on-one support for patterns, I'm not going to get into that. But I just think it's nice to let people know, hey, I think what you do is awesome. So that's why I did that, because I'm corny. But I'm just a nerd like that. So she wrote back and was very gracious and said someone had told her about the knit along on, I don't know if it was Instagram or what, so whoever did that, thank you. And she very, very graciously offered to donate a pattern of hers as a prize for the knit along, which was really, really lovely. So Janina, if you're watching, thank you very, very much. And if you aren't familiar with her patterns, you definitely should go check them out. I'm going to link to them in the show notes. They're linked in our Ravelry group. She really has an eye for lovely, easy shawls. You know, they look really beautiful, but they seem to be pretty easy to knit, which is great if you are a newer knitter and you're new to shawls. So do go check out the Ravelry group. Someone has already finished their Antarctis. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't forget to say the name of the pattern. This is Antarctis. I'm sorry. Amateur hour over here. So yes, I am loving this shawl. I cannot wait to wash it and block it and see how, I really like to exaggerate my lace. So I'm excited to see. Oh, look at those eyelets with the door here behind them. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. So that is my only work in progress for you this week. What is next on my list? Yeah, that's my only work in progress right now. I have a little bit of yarms to share with you, and it's been a while since I had anything for my yarms segment. So if you're new here, you're not mishearing things. My stash enhancement, I'm just a weirdo, and I call my yarn yarms. It's what I do. So I have just 2 things to show you this week. A couple weekends ago, I went to Richmond, Virginia, and had brunch with a girlfriend, a knitting friend, and she and I had gone to Northern Virginia together last summer and bought yarn at a store called Fiberspace. And she knit a sweater. We both bought the same colorway. She bought a sweater's worth of this beautiful Jill Draper Make Stuff sock yarn, and I bought a single skein. And it's the most perfect red I've ever seen. And she knit her sweater, and she had some yarn left over, and she said, would you like to have this? So I said, yes, I would. So it's not quite a full skein of sock yarn, and I know my camera's not going to do this beautiful red justice. This is Jill Draper Make Stuff Esopus sock yarn in the colorway Strawberry Pop. And I am guessing this is about 3 ounces. It's normally, you can see it's 4 ounces and a 113 gram skein. It comes in 500 yards. It's a very generous skein of sock yarn. So I'm guessing this is about 350 yards, maybe 375, because it is a good bit smaller than the normal cake. So between this and the full skein of Strawberry Pop that I have, I could make a really beautiful shawl, and I think it would make a great, I need to knit more solid colored shawls, I really do. So thank you to my friend Melissa for hooking me up with this. So my question is, does it count as stash enhancement? I did, in the interest of full disclosure, I gave her some money for it because it is way more than, it's not like it's a sock yarn mini. It's almost a full skein. Tell me what you guys think, if this counts as stash enhancement. My gut says yes, it does. So this will, I'm trying to, if you're new and you haven't watched in a couple weeks, I really am trying to have more yarn go out than come in this year. I'm really trying to knit more than I buy. So far, not good. And then I have a little more stash enhancement to show you. On Martin Luther King weekend, so I'm going back 3 weeks here, I had a girls' weekend with some knitting friends in Philadelphia. And one of my friends was someone who I had known from the interwebs for a little while and got to meet her for the first time. And she saw me making my sock yarn blanket and offered to send me some sock scraps. And I said, oh yes, please, that would be wonderful. And I totally forgot about it. And then yesterday or the day before, I get this massive box in the mail. And it's all of her sock yarn scraps. And I'm not kidding. This might be all of her sock yarn scraps. She totally hooked me up. So I counted them. There are 25 sock yarn different colors of sock yarn in here. I won't take them all out of the bag, but there's some really pretty green. She has an eye for green and blue, I can tell from this collection, which is great because I love green and blue. They are probably my favorite colors. I am going to pull these two out because they are so pretty. There's this really pretty subtle green and brown and teal that I think is so nice. And there's this pretty blue and green and yellow, or blue and yellow, I suppose. That's really pretty too. Let's see if it'll focus. Maybe not. One of my favorites has to be, I'm 95% sure this is Socks That Rock, just from the twist on the yarn. Let me see if I can do this all right. It's just twisted so well. Socks That Rock has to me, a very distinctive twist on the yarn. So I'm almost certain this is a really pretty Socks That Rock. And my other favorite of the stuff she sent me, there's 3 more. There's like 7 little mini bags. I love this pink and white and baby blue stuff right here. I just think that's so pretty. I don't know what any of it is, but I just think it's really fun. So thank you so much, Blair. There's a really generous, this blue is very generous. There's an orange. What else? There's 4 or 5 of them tucked in here. This guy is really squishy looking. I'm gonna get him out and we can look at him. Yeah, this almost looks like, oh man, I can't put my finger on what this looks like, but this is practically a sport weight. Like, this is really squishy. Look at that. And the twist on this yarn is really nice too. Look at how thick that is. Will it focus? Maybe I shouldn't block the entire skein of yarn with my hand. How about that? So anyway, Blair, you so spoiled me. And she mailed me this amazing card with a hedgehog on it. How cute is that? So thank you so much. I told her it was the best early birthday present. My birthday is tomorrow, and I have no big plans. I've kind of been celebrating it here and there. Josh and I, my boyfriend and I, went to dinner on Sunday. His birthday was a week ago Thursday. Gracie, for goodness sakes. Josh's birthday was a week ago, Thursday, so our birthdays are a week apart, and we went out to eat at Texas de Brazil, which is a Brazilian steakhouse chain here. We had a really good time. We had a very funny waiter, which, if you'll indulge me, he was very serious about wine, and the funny thing he did was, oh, Grace, what are you doing here? The funny thing this waiter did was he was asking what we liked and what we enjoyed, and Josh said, in a Brazilian, if you aren't familiar with the concept of a Brazilian steakhouse, it's all you can eat. They have a salad bar with really nice food, and then they bring around steak on these massive skewers, and they slice it off the skewer and serve it to you at your plate. And these restaurants often have 10 to 15 types of meat, not just steak, but they have pork and they have chicken, and it's delicious. It's really delicious. And we had a really nice time, and we paced ourselves and didn't eat too much. We ate too much, but we did it in a fashion that it was very slow and enjoyable, I guess you could say. But this waiter asked us, how was everything? Did you have a favorite? And Josh said, everything was great, but the sausage was really good. And the waiter, in all seriousness, goes, our sausage is really underrated. Like, as if Josh had just dropped this truth nugget of massive wisdom. And then I said, I really like the flank steak. It was just, we got the edge piece, and they do a really good, salt crust on it. Oh my God, it was so amazing. I like the flank steak more than the fancy cuts of meat, like the filet. I just think the flank steak has so much flavor. So I said I really like the flank steak, and he said, that's also really underrated. Like, he was just so earnest about his job. He was kind of hilarious and fun, and he kind of was the icing on the cake of the weekend. We also had dessert. We each got a dessert, which was fun, and we each had a boozy coffee, like the Brazilian equivalent of Irish cream in our coffee, which was delicious. So it was a really nice treat. Josh is career changing right now. He's working an internship with really long hours. So Sunday is the only day we get to see each other. Even then, he's studying all day, but we do get to see each other for a good bit of, more than a few minutes, which is, if we're lucky during the week, we see each other for a few minutes. So it was a wonderful, wonderful gift to go out for that wonderful dinner. So we did that, and then the other birthday stuff, I had dinner with a friend Monday, and today I went to the mall. So I've been receiving all of these it's your birthday coupons from various businesses like Kohl's or Old Navy or that kind of stuff, and I belong to Sephora, which is the beauty product store, and I decided to go and get my gift reward at Sephora. You could choose either a lipstick set by Marc Jacobs or a skin cleaning set from the company Fresh, and I chose the skin set. So I decided that I wanted to learn more about skin coverage, like not necessarily foundation, but something lighter, not as heavy as foundation. I've never had much success with foundation. I'm kind of makeup inept. You guys know, if you've been watching this for any length of time, you know I love lipstick, but I really don't do much with my skin. Of course I wash it. I try and remember to moisturize it. I'm really bad at that, but I don't wear foundation. So I put on I'm just very intimidated by it. So I put on my game face. I was brave, and I asked for help at Sephora, and they did a color match, which is when they take photos of your skin. They took it on my forehead, my cheek, and my neck to get kind of just a good look at my skin in general. And they put the photos in the computer, and it spits out what your skin tone is and which shades of which products are best for you, which is really smart. So I didn't get foundation. I didn't even get tinted moisturizer. I got something called a BB cream, and of course I left it in the other room, but I got that, and I got a brush, and I got myself a little perfume sample. So that was a really nice treat. That was my treat, and I also went to Torrid and I bought myself some leggings because Torrid mailed me a $10 gift card for my birthday. So I put the $10 card toward a pair of leggings. You guys can't see it, but I'm wearing a dress. I wear dresses to work every day. And when it's cold out, I wear leggings. And I'm wearing leggings right now, though you can't see them, but I love Torrid leggings. If you are plus size, their leggings are really lovely and hold up well, so I recommend them highly. So I did that, and then tomorrow, my actual birthday, I'm doing something else that's nice for myself. I'm going to get a facial. I got a gift card to the place where I get my hair cut and that kind of stuff, and Josh got it for me for Christmas, and I haven't used it yet. So I decided I need to do something nice for myself on my birthday because it's going to be, I work that night, so I'm getting a facial tomorrow morning. And if all goes to plan, I will see Josh for lunch tomorrow. He probably will be able to leave his office for 20-25 minutes. And it's an office tower, and there's restaurants on the ground floor, and there's an Indian restaurant we really like where we can eat. And he can go back upstairs because he doesn't want to miss too much work. So fingers crossed that all works out. If not, I will just come home and I don't know, I'll probably take myself to lunch if nothing else because it's my birthday and I want to. So then I work tomorrow night. So nothing too fancy. And Valentine's Day is Sunday, and I am really ambivalent about Valentine's Day in general. I just think it's kind of silly. And now that I'm a grown up and I've been dating my boyfriend for a while, and the fact that my birthday is 3 days before Valentine's Day, whatever. So if I can eat some delicious, I might go buy myself chocolate because Josh is too busy to go, we don't need to do any Valentine stuff. I'm babbling. I'm sorry. But I will go to a chocolate store and buy myself some chocolate. I have no shame in my game. So that's my birthday week. I am looking at it as a chance to just be good to myself and do some nice stuff every day. So that's what I've been up to. And as a reminder, I will be at the Pittsburgh Knit and Crochet Festival the first weekend of March. I'm taking a yarn dyeing class on Saturday morning, and I will try and arrange for a possible meetup. If you're from Pittsburgh, if you want to come to the festival and say hello, I'd love to see you. My mom and I will be there, and hopefully we could meet up for a little bit Saturday afternoon at the marketplace. So if you're going to be there, let me know. I believe that is everything I wanted to tell you guys about. So on that note, I'm going to go walk my dog and head to work. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And if you are playing, and I forgot, the Shawl Knit Along, we do have a hashtag on Instagram, hashtag TKSKAL, and that's for the Knit Shift Knit Along, TKSKAL. So check it out. Check out the hashtag. Use it if you're playing along on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram and I don't follow you, and your account is private, message me and I'll follow you because I want to see what you're making. So anyway, I'm babbling. Have a wonderful, wonderful week and weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.